How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a blessed day. Every single year in college football, when the recruiting season finally starts to heat up, there is one group of players that everybody has their eyes on. And that's, of course, the 5-star recruits, which there's only 32 of them each and every single season, basing that off of the 32 teams that have a first-round pick in the NFL draft. And there have been some massive recruiting wins in the 5-star realm, with guys like the second best offensive tackle in Kenny Pepe going to USC, the number 3 quarterback in Jared Curtis becoming a Georgia Bulldog commit, and the number 3 offensive tackle in the class of 2026, Jackson Cantwell, who is by far and away the biggest recruit in this class, going and committing to Miami. Currently, 12 of the 32 available 5-star recruits have already committed to their specific schools, but obviously there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking, and I wanted to take a look at what the remaining 5-star recruits are looking like in their recruiting journey, how they look on the field, and also what school are they going to be going to. So sit back and relax as we're going to be breaking down the remaining 5-star recruits who are available, and you never know, maybe your favorite team's gonna end up getting their commitment. Leave this video a like, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification if you want to see more videos just like this. With that being said, let's jump straight into it. 3, 2, 1. Starting things off, the 32nd best player in the class of 2026, Bryce Wright, coming out of Buford High School, is still available. He is the 2nd best defensive lineman in the country and the 5th best player in the state of Georgia. Standing at 6'2" and 250 pounds, he's coming off of a junior campaign where he had 57 tackles and 13 tackles for loss with 9 sacks. And right now, there's not a clear leader in his recruiting journey, but he has official visits scheduled to Auburn, Clemson, Miami, Georgia, Texas, and Texas A&M. Now switching over to one of my favorite players in this class, it is the 31st best player in the country and the number 1 tight end in the class, Mark Bowman, coming out of Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. He is the 3rd best player in the state of California, standing at 6'4.5" and 225 pounds. I'm telling you, I don't know what's been going on, but the tight end position is going to be making waves because players like Mark Bowman are going to be changing the game. Now, the crazy thing is that Mark Bowman actually reclassified. He's supposed to be going into his junior year, decided to reclassify into a senior, but in his sophomore year, playing for one of the best programs in the country, caught 32 passes for 435 yards and 8 touchdowns. And Mark Bowman's recruiting is still officially open, but he does have official visits to Ole Miss, Alabama, Texas, USC, Georgia, and Oregon. Next up, the 30th best player in the class of 2026 is still available in the 4th best, Joey O'Brien, coming out of LaSalle College in Glenside, Pennsylvania. He is the number 1 player in the state of Pennsylvania, standing at 6'3" and 185 pounds. He's a very lanky and athletic DB who I could be seeing used in a whole different slew of schemes for whatever program decides to take him. And he earned All-American honors as a junior, catching 68 passes for 1,029 yards and 12 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball, and then recording 36 tackles, 13 pass breakups, and an interception on defense. And right now, the 2 schools that look to have the most commitment from Joey O'Brien are Notre Dame and Penn State. And with Penn State being the in-state school, it looks like Penn State's got a little bit of an edge over Notre Dame. Jumping over to the 29th best player in the class of 2026, you have the 2nd best athlete in the country and the 2nd best player in the state of California in Brandon Arrington, coming out of Mount Miguel High School in Spring Valley, California. He is a 6'2", 180-pound athlete who he really can do it all. He's a very athletic player, very raw still in his overall development, but there is a lot of upside to this kid's game. As a junior, Brandon caught 57 passes for 527 yards, averaging 17 yards a catch and 5 touchdowns, while on the defensive side recording 26 tackles for 3 pass breakups and 1 interception in only 10 games. And right now, Brandon has official visits lined up to Penn State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Oregon, and USC. Next up, we're switching over to one of my favorite players that I got to watch during this recording process, in Trenton Henderson, coming out of Pensacola Catholic in Pensacola, Florida. He is the 4th best edge rusher in the class and the 5th best player in the state of Florida. Standing at 6'4" and 225 pounds, he is an extremely explosive defensive end who I could see being able to make plays both as a pure pass rusher, but then also being a very athletic outside linebacker. As a junior, Trenton tallied 50 tackles for 18 tackles for a loss, 20 quarterback hurries, 10 sacks, 6 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in just 10 games. And with production like that, it makes sense why he's got official visits to programs like Auburn, Vanderbilt, LSU, Michigan, Alabama, Florida, and USC. Now taking a look at the 27th best player in the class of 2026, you have Chauncey Kennan coming out of Booker High School in Sarasota, Florida. He is the 2nd best corner in the class, the 4th best player in the state of Florida, and it makes sense. Standing at 6'1" and 175 pounds, he is a very athletic and lanky corner. In his junior year, he had 33 tackles, 16 pass breakups, an interception, and a forced fumble to go along with the 10 catches for 317 yards and 6 touchdowns he had on the offensive side of the ball. And currently, Chauncey's summer's filled up with official visits to programs like Florida, Auburn, Miami, Georgia, Florida State, and LSU. Now switching over to the player that I was by far and away the most surprised by is Gyra Edwards, coming out of St. Francis Academy. He is a 6'2", 205 heat-seeking missile. He's currently ranked as the 26th best player in the class of 2026. You might as well put him in the top 10. This dude is an absolute enforcer. He is ranked as the 3rd best safety in the class and the 3rd best player coming out of the state of Maryland. But this guy simply runs through people's souls. And it makes sense based off of his play that he would have had 92 tackles with 17 tackles for a loss, 6 pass breakups, and 3 forced fumbles as a junior on one of the most prolific high school football teams in the state of Maryland. And he's definitely caught the eye of some impressive programs in college football, having an official visit lineup of Auburn, Maryland, Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M, and Oregon. Now we take a little jump into the 23rd best player in the class of 2026 in Tristan Givens, coming out of Carver High School in Columbus, Georgia. He is a 6'3.5", 215 pound edge rusher who is the 3rd best edge rusher in the class of 2026 and the 4th best player in the state of Georgia. Now Tristan is just a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he has such a high motor, and any program would be lucky to get his official signature. But right now, he's only got Tennessee as his only official visit right now. However, he has a top 4 of USC, Texas A&M, Florida State, and then obviously Tennessee. Now we switch over to the big boys. Coming in as the 22nd best player in the class of 2026, you have Emanuel Ianacho coming out of Georgetown Preparatory School in Baltimore, Maryland. He is the 2nd best interior offensive lineman and the 2nd best player in the state of Maryland, standing at 6'6.5", 345 pounds. This dude is an absolute unit. You are not moving him, and that is why he has caught the eye of Maryland and Oregon. But it looks like he's going to officially be committing to Oregon. We'll have to see. His official commitment date is on August 5th. So all my Oregon Duck fans, be on the lookout for that date. Now we switch over to wide receiver, taking a look at the 21st best player in the class of 2026 and the 3rd best wide receiver in the class, as well as the 2nd best player in the state of Florida. You have Calvin Russell coming out of Northwestern in Miami, Florida. This guy is 6'5", 195 pounds, and he has a phenomenal ability to just be able to pluck the ball out of the air. There's a lot of wide receivers who, when they're that big, they can look a little awkward, and yes, there are some times where Mr. Russell does look a little awkward, but he does a great job of knowing when to pluck the ball out of the air versus letting the ball come in on his body, so he's able to, really be prepared for a big hit. Now, as a junior, he caught 39 passes for 704 yards and 13 touchdowns, averaging 18 yards a catch. This dude, he is a true star when it comes to playing the wide receiver position. He's a guy that you could throw it up and he's gonna come down with it. And right now, he's got a very nice little setup of official visits, having visits to Florida and Florida State. Next up, we have one of the most straightforward player evaluations. You have the 20th best player in the class of 2026 in Tyler Atkinson. This dude is a dog, literally and figuratively, coming out of Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia. He's gonna end up committing to UGA. The writing's just already on the wall. He's ranked as the second best linebacker in the class and the third best player in the state of Georgia, standing at 6'2", 210 pounds. The play that you're seeing on the highlight tapes is going on right now. It makes sense, but this dude, he has been on the spotlight since a freshman. He was a Max Prep's freshman All-American. Now, he's ranked as one of the best players in the entire country, and as a junior tallied 166 tackles, 32 tackles for loss, 46 quarterback hits, 13 sacks, a pick, and a forced fumble. Like, this dude can simply do it all. And if you're a Bulldog fan, you're expecting his signature here very soon. Next up, we switch over to the 18th best player in the class of 2026 in Jet Washington, coming out of Bishop Gorman High School. He is a towering 6'5", 200-pound safety who plays as rangy as he looks. He is ranked as the second best safety in the class of 2026 and the #1 player in the state of Nevada. And this guy, wherever he ends up going, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. As a junior, he finished off his campaign with 38 tackles with 5 picks, 2 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. And honestly, something I didn't even realize until recording this video, his uncle is OBrien. Yeah, the one and only OBrien. Absolutely crazy. And it looks like he's gonna end up going to either Oregon or Alabama. Those are really the only 2 programs that seem to have a lot of heat surrounding Jet Washington and his interest. Next, we're gonna take a look at the 17th best player in the class of 2026, and usually running backs have not been 5-star recruits in the past couple of recruiting cycles. It's been really tough, but there is one and one only running back in the 5-star category, and that is Xavier Griffin, coming out of Louisa County High School in Mineral, Virginia. He is the #1 running back in the country and the second best player in the state of Virginia, standing at 5'11" and 200 pounds. This dude, he's a solid player. He can do everything that you're asking him to do as a running back in the modern era. He's got enough size to be shifty, but he can still break through a tackle, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's looking like an explosive player. As a junior, he toted the rock 156 times for 1,698 yards, averaging 10.8 yards a carry for 26 touchdowns, and then also threw another 200 yards on top of that receiving. Currently, Xavier Griffin has official visits set up for Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, and Tennessee. Next, we switch over to a very explosive recruit coming out of St. Christopher School and the 16th best player in the class of 2026, Darius Gray, standing at 6'3" and 285 pounds. He is currently ranked as the #1 interior offensive lineman in the country and the #1 player in the state of Virginia. Now, in his highlight tape, you see him playing on both sides of the ball, and honestly, with his size and his athleticism, he truly could either be a defensive tackle, or you could still throw him in on the inside of that offensive line and make him an interior, like a guard or a center. But this guy, he has athleticism, and whatever school ends up getting his signature is getting a great addition to their program. And Darius has absolutely filled up his recruiting schedule, taking official visits already to Virginia Tech, Virginia, and Georgia, and currently has scheduled visits to Clemson, Tennessee, Auburn, Ohio State, LSU, Penn State, and South Carolina. Next up, we have another one of those straightforward recruits. You got Ryder Lyons coming out of Folsom High School in Folsom, California, and he's projected already to go to USC. He is currently the only 5-star quarterback that has not already committed to a program. He's ranked as the 13th best player in the country, the 4th best quarterback, and the #1 player in the state of California, standing at 6'2.5" and 220 pounds. Now, Ryder has a phenomenal game, being able to both be elusive on the ground and also being able to absolutely throw the ball a mile. Now, even though he did miss some time in his junior year due to some injuries, he still completed 68% of his passes for 3,011 yards for 46 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions, while also gaining 585 yards on the ground for another 14 touchdowns. Yeah, as a junior, this guy accounted for 60 touchdowns. And like I said earlier, it's almost written in the stars that he is going to become a USC Trojan. And yet another player who's already got their destiny almost sealed. You have the 12th best player in the country in Braylon Womack coming out of Hartfield Academy in Flowood, Mississippi. He is a 5'11", 195-pound safety, and is not only just any safety, he is the #1 safety in the country and the 2nd best player in the state of Mississippi. As a junior, he totaled 39 tackles for, get this, 8 interceptions, and then also put up 1,000 yards receiving for 13 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. A truly dynamic athlete. And while Braylon does have a lot of interest from many programs, it looks like the Buckeyes are going to be getting his signature come August 22nd when he is deciding to announce his commitment. Now we're taking a look at the 11th best player in the class of 2026 in Sedarion Morgan, coming out of Benjamin Russell High School in Alexander City, Alabama. He is a 6'4", 215-pound complete wide receiver. He is ranked as the 2nd best wide receiver in the class and the #1 player in the state of Alabama. Sedarion is simply one of those guys that you just throw the ball up to and you have more than enough confidence to know that he is coming down with it. As a junior, he caught 70 passes for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, absolutely catapulting his team into the playoffs where they experienced a 1st-round win. And obviously being the #1 player in the state of Alabama, he's gonna be getting a lot of attention from those in-town schools. But right now, the only 2 programs that have Sedarion's attention are Alabama and Auburn, and we're gonna have to wait until July 2nd to officially get his commitment. Now, cracking into the top 3, you have the 8th best player in the class of 2026 and the 3rd best available recruit in the class in Xavier Griffin, coming out of Gainesville High School in Gainesville, Georgia. He is the #1 linebacker in the country and the #1 player in the state of Georgia. Now, Xavier was actually committed to USC for a short period of time, but ended up decommitting, and then experts all thought that he was going to be committing to Georgia. But now all the experts are thinking that he's going to become an Alabama Crimson Tide. As a junior in only 8 games due to injury, he still had 43 tackles with 6 sacks. Xavier Griffin is an absolute animal, and whoever gets him is getting one of the most terrifying linebacker recruits that we have seen in a minute. Next, taking a look at the 7th best player in the class of 2026 and the 2nd best available recruit, you have Lamar Brown coming out of University Lab in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He is the #1 defensive lineman in the country and the #1 player in the state of Louisiana. Standing at 6'4" and 285 pounds, this dude absolutely lives in the backfield. Now, University Lab is known for doing one thing and one thing only, and that's being a pipeline directly to LSU. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, University Lab is literally on LSU's campus. And on July 4th, his official commitment date, all the experts have him going to LSU. And finally, taking a look at the best available recruit in the class of 2026, you have the 5th best player in the country, the #1 offensive tackle in the class, and the 2nd best player in the state of Texas. Coming out of Lake Ridge High School in Mansfield, Texas, Felix Ojo, standing at 6'6" and 275 pounds. This dude cannot, will not, can never be moved. His amazing mix of size, speed, arm length, and strength make him one of the best offensive tackle prospects that we have seen coming out of high school in the past 5 years, and do not be surprised if he is an immediate plug-and-play star for the Texas Longhorns. Right now, everyone has him going to becoming a Longhorn. So that was a quick look at the top remaining 5-star recruits in the class of 2026. There are a lot of programs that should be very excited because, like for example, my USC Trojans, we pretty much have at least one player who's going to be a lock on that list. But I mean, if you're like an Oregon or an Auburn or an Alabama fan, you've got like 7 or 8 recruits that each are taking official visits to your program over the next 30 days, which is very exciting. Hey, all I'm saying is that there's still a lot of recruiting left. A lot of things can move and shake, and who knows? Right now, these are just commitments. There's absolutely nothing set in stone. I mean, we've already seen with Xavier Griffin. He was a USC Trojan, and then he decommitted, and now it looks like he's going to Alabama. So there's a lot that can still move and shake. But comment down below, out of all of the players that are taking an official visit to your program, who are you guys most excited about? Leave it down below in the comment section. Leave this video a like and turn on your notifications so you never miss any of the videos that we drop on the channel. I love and appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video, but not until I tell you about Jesus Christ. Hey, Jesus Christ loves you more than you'll ever be able to understand. Whoa, wait. I know this kind of just came out of nowhere. Just know that this is not by accident. It's not by coincidence. Jesus Christ, he blesses me with this channel just to be able to, at the very end, speak to some people and just let them know, like, hey, Jesus loves you. He's just trying to just get your attention a little bit, just letting you know that he's still there, that he loves you, and that you don't have to go through what you're going through right now alone. Seriously, always remember that. And with that being said, I love and appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.